Good morning and welcome to today's class. Dear students, today we are going to continue from the topic the outbreak of the revolution.
States General was a political body which consisted of representatives from all the three estates. It was last called in 1614, and usually this Estates General is called only for passing the proposal for introducing new taxes or increasing the existing tax. To meet the increasing expenditure, king had no other way other than increasing the taxes and introducing new taxes. To approve this proposal, there was need of approval of the Estates General. So he called the meeting of the Estates General, and the first two estates, that is the first and second estate, sent 300 members each to the Estates General meeting, and third estate sent 600 members to the Estates General meeting. As per the tradition, each estate had one vote. This time also the king proposed one estate, one vote system, but this was opposed by the members of the third estate, and they demanded for one person, one vote system. This proposal was opposed by the king and the members of the first and second estate. As a result, the members of the third estate made a walkout from the assembly or from the meeting, and they met at the nearby tennis court and declared themselves as the National Assembly, and they declared that this National Assembly would not be dispersed till they make a constitution for France. The leaders were Mirabeau and Abbassides. Mirabeau was born in a noble family. Abbassides was a clergy. They led the National Assembly, and they made the preparation for the drafting of a constitution for France. The National Assembly was busy in preparing the constitution. At the same time, these riots and movements spread to other parts of the country. From the cities, it is spread to the villages also. Followed by this, the king was forced to recognize the National Assembly. As the movement spread, the king was compelled to recognize the National Assembly, and finally he gave recognition to the National Assembly. Soon the National Assembly made some changes in the country. Some important changes were made by them. This included abolition of guilds and labor unions, abolition of special privileges enjoyed by the first and second estate members, and they prepared a constitution for the country in 1791, and they introduced the right to equality before the law for men, and privileges of the clergies were abolished, and land and properties owned by the church were confiscated. Taxes levied based on the ability of the people. All sections of people wanted to pay taxes according to the ability or according to the capacity of the person. In 1791, the National Assembly completed the work of constitution and France was declared as a constitutional monarchy. The main purpose of the constitution was to limit the powers of the monarch, and the legislative activities were mainly made by the National Assembly, and the privileges enjoyed by the first and second estate members were abolished, and these legislative assembly members were elected by the active citizens. According to the constitution, active citizens were given the right to elect the members of the legislative assembly, that is the National Assembly, and the population of the country were divided into two categories, that is active citizens and passive citizens. Who were active citizens? Men above 25 years of age who were paying taxes equal to at least 3 days of labor wage. They were considered as active citizens and they were given the right to vote. All others, that is men below 25 years of age, women, children, and men those who are not paying taxes at least of 3 days of labor wage, they all were categorized as passive citizens and they were not having the right to vote. And after another drawback of the Constitution of France was that it gave rights to men. That is, one of the features of the Constitution prepared by the National Assembly was that declaration of the rights of men and citizen. Men were given the rights, women were not. So what were the rights given to them? These rights were freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and freedom to have property, liberty, equality and fraternity, right of the people to create laws, right to have a fair trial. And these rights were, that is the right to life, right to freedom of speech, freedom of opinion, freedom of press, equality before law, were declared as natural rights. Natural rights which were considered as inalienable rights, that is, which cannot be separated from the life of a person. So as it is considered as natural and inalienable rights, it is the duty of the state to protect these rights. Now let us come to the next topic, that is the reading of political symbols. Many symbols were included in the Constitution. As most of the people were illiterate, they were unable to read and understand the things, so symbols were included or were given in the Constitution to make the people understand. Some of the symbols where we can see that broken chain. broken chain indicated it is called the freedom of the individual. And we can see that the second one is that bundle of rods. Bundle of rods, that is the sign, it indicates strength of the people, that is unity is strength, to show that bundle of rods. Then we can see that eyes within a triangle, the eye within a triangle radiating light. So that means it shows that the all-seeing eye stands for knowledge. The all-seeing eye stands for knowledge. Then we can see that scepter. Scepter is the symbol of royal power. Scepter is the symbol of royal power, and snake biting its tail, forming a ring. That is the symbol of eternity. Symbol of eternity. Then we can see that Phrygian cap here. Phrygian cap is the symbol to show that when a slave become free, then he had to wear a red colored cap, and that is referred as Phrygian cap. And this is the symbol when used to indicate that the person was a slave. That means a slave when he becomes free, then that means it is used. After that we can see that here we can see tricolor, that is the national national colors of France, blue, white, red. Blue, white, red, national colors of France. And next one is winged women. Winged women is the personification of law, that is law is above all and all are equal before the law. That is the indication law is above all. And last one is that law tablet, that is equal size of the law tablet, that shows that all are equal before the law. So these symbols were used to make the people understand what is given in the constitution, as most of the people were illiterate people. With this we can wind up today's class. Thank you.